Today I'm going to show you how to make a healthy and delicious homemade version of tortilla chips. These may look a little different in form and taste, but trust me, they totally hit the spot when you're craving something crunchy. And the best part, they solve the biggest issue with store-bought tortilla chips, which are loaded with fat, salt and extra calories. These chips are made from cute little chickpea tortillas and they pack way more protein and fiber than any store-bought chips. Sure, you can make homemade chips by slicing up regular corn or wheat tortillas and baking them, but when it comes to nutrition, they're just not in the same league. The star of the show is the chickpea flour, and to get started I'm going to sift 1 cup of it into a large bowl because it tends to clump up and we don't want any little flour bits in our chips. Next I'm going to add 2/3 of a cup of whole wheat flour. Here's why this is important. First, it makes the chickpea tortilla soft and flexible. I actually tried making this recipe with just chickpea flour and water and it didn't go well. Just couldn't hold everything together and the tortillas were tearing up in my hands. And second, adding whole wheat flour really boosts the flavor, otherwise the chickpea flour can be a bit too strong and not as tasty. Also, we need ½ teaspoon of baking powder, and for seasoning I like to add a good pinch of salt and ½ teaspoon of garlic powder, but feel free to use any spices you enjoy. Now whisk in 1 cup of cold water until the batter is completely smooth. It should be a little thicker than regular crepe batter. Let it sit for 10 minutes so the flour can absorb the liquid and then check the consistency. If your batter is too runny, just add 1 to 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour and whisk again. And if it's too thick, you can easily fix it by adding a splash more water. You can forget about kneading and rolling tortillas. Making a simple pancake batter is way less work and so much easier to clean up. And I think chickpea flour is pretty awesome. It's packed with all kinds of health benefits. It's high in protein, loaded with fiber and minerals, and it's lower in carbs and calories compared to other flours. To make the tortillas, I heat up a skillet over medium heat and add just a tiny drizzle of olive oil. Then I scoop out about 1/4 cup of the batter into the center of the pan. This will give you a nice taco-sized tortilla. Instead of tilting the pan like you would do with crepes, I use the back of a spoon and gently swirl it around the top. This helps spread the batter evenly and keeps the edges nice and round without making a mess. Plus, it makes the tortillas thinner and perfect for chips. Cook the tortilla for about 2 minutes on one side, then flip it and let it cook for another minute. If it starts bubbling up like a crepe, that means there's probably a bit too much water in the batter. Just add a tablespoon of chickpea flour and try again. In just a few minutes you'll have thick, flexible and delicious tortillas. We'll be turning these into chips, but if you want, they're perfect for making some tacos or quesadillas too. Now for the chips. Let the tortillas cool for a bit, then just cut them into triangles and lay them out on a parchment-lined baking sheet. I like to lightly brush them with a little olive oil to get them extra crispy and flavorful, but it's totally optional. They'll be delicious either way. Sprinkle a bit of salt on top and you can bake them at 350 F or 180 C for 10 to 12 minutes. Or pop them in your air fryer for 6 to 8 minutes in smaller batches. And there you have it, healthier chips, they're perfect for any occasion. Dip them in some guacamole, your favorite salsa or whatever you like. It's so much better for you than any store-bought chips out there. And it's way cheaper than those whole grain or veggie chips you find at the store. And for chickpea tortillas, they store really well. Just keep them in the fridge covered with plastic wrap and you can reheat them in a hot pan or your microwave the next day. They're so easy to make, just like these savory oatmeal muffins, which are perfect for breakfast all week long. And they're super versatile too. So make sure to check out the recipe now. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, stay happy.